Welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Chris McGee alongside Robert Ory, Big Game James Worthy. We have Allie and Trudell down at the arena. Lakers snapped their three-game losing streak with a convincing win over the Atlanta Hawks. Tonight was about the offense, guys. After a rough night in Sacramento, 141 points, great balance, 6 players in double figures, and they found the three ball. 19 threes out of 34 attempts. That's 56%. You had 8 different players hit threes, and you also had 3 players with double-doubles. Luka, Ayton, and LeBron. LeBron 1 rebound shy of a triple-double. All 3 fantastic tonight.
Yeah, 10 assists for LeBron, 12 assists for Luka. The ball was moving. Everyone was getting a touch. I thought Marcus Smart, just a few pushes to get the momentum going as well. Gabe coming in, knocking down threes. I just thought this is the kind of energy and team effort that they're going to need to take forward. You know, they need multiple people involved. Rui coming back under restricted minutes. I thought his presence was felt too. So when you have multiple players, you know, contributing and the ball is moving, what, 36 assists tonight? That's going to yield you some good production, and tonight they were very efficient.
I think with the way the ball was moving, it made everybody happy. And I think sometimes it goes unrecognized that even if you just want to touch it, you know, you might not get the shot, you just want to touch it, see if it's still around. And the way the ball moved, it allowed everybody to have some energy and some effort. And I think DeAndre did a great job, 17 and 18. Yep. Think about 18 boards. That's a lot of boards. And then, you know, LeBron had 9. They were really attacking the box now. You know, it got a little scary there where they cut it down, but, you know, the Lakers regained their focus, and that's what real championship quality teams do. You might have a little lull, but you pick it back up and take it back to that next level, and I really appreciate that they was able to extend that lead a little bit more.
Heading into today's show, Lakers on a 3-game losing streak, not playing well, and the thought of Jackson Hayes being out and then possibly Luka and LeBron. LeBron had yet to play a back-to-back, and the word was that they were going to try to get them ready to play. I thought those two really set the tone. They combined for 58 points, 22 assists, and 14 boards. But let's start with LeBron, guys. His energy, his focus on his first back-to-back of the year, 31 points, leading all scorers, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. And then when things got tight, big game at the end of the third, heading into the fourth, it was LeBron that created that separation.
Yeah, it's nice to see they have a formula that's been working for LeBron. No back-to-back games, but in dire situations when you need a win, your leader is the guy to say, hey, you know, I'll play because we need a win, and he did set the pace. One thing I like about LeBron is that he's not settling for like a lot of threes. You know, normally he'll pull up and shoot threes, but he's going downhill. He's using that body to bully and move people out of the way so he can get to that cup. So I like that type of game in LeBron when he plays that way. He can always knock down the 3, of course. But I just think his leadership, his pace setting up and down the floor, his assists, getting guys involved, just made the difference early.
I think his mindset and the way the game was starting. Think about the very first assist was from who? LeBron to Ayton, the 2 key guys to this team. And that lets you know how that he's going to be the trendsetter, how it's going to start and how it ended. And when he has the ball going downhill, it's really hard to stop him. And when he's going downhill, he causes so much attention. And the great thing about LeBron, he will find you. And when he finds you, it might not be for you to shoot it, but it might be for you to get the high assist because he's that smart and he knows the game. So it's always great when he starts the game out the way he started tonight.
You know, usually this is where we jump to Luka and his masterful performance with 17, 8 of 10 from the free throw line. He hit 5 threes, but we got to give Ayton his love. So I'll start with him right now. 17 points, 7 of 9. Also had the 18 rebounds. And James, Rob, we talked in the pregame show, DeAndre Ayton, when he's involved, when he scores 15 or more, the team is 13-1. We can bump that up to 14-1 right now.
Yeah, I don't think they can succeed without Ayton's play like this. You need a big that is a threat in the paint or around that elbow area. He also makes good passes. And when he's motivated, when he feels like he's needed, he plays well. He plays hard. Sometimes when he gets out of sync, he doesn't get touches. You don't feel like, you know, you're important, that they don't looking for you. You got to keep those bigs happy, man. And he's the type of guy he can deliver for you. He really can. He's very proficient, and he can, be consistent if you use him right. So these are the type of numbers I think he can get every game. I really do, if he's utilized properly.
And especially with Austin Reeves being out, Ayton is that third guy that should get those touches. And I made a mistake, Rob. 15-1 when he scores 15 more. So I cheated him a game.
No, don't cheat him.
No, sir.
Yeah. But for me, I think you have to realize that the way LeBron plays, the way Luka plays, the way AR plays, they do a lot of ball handling. They do a lot to work to get a bucket. Sometimes you can come down the floor and just say, yo, Ayton, get us a bucket, because Ayton just going to jump hook you, little jumper, and sometimes that takes the pressure off you as a basketball player. Because you think about how much work AR had to do to create a shot. You think about how much work Luka has to do to create a shot. And for sometimes, you know what? You don't need to do that every time.
Yeah.
It's about getting the bucket, and I think Ayton is an easy out for them.
And he won't force the issue, too. If he gets in the paint and he gets collapsed, he knows that there's open shots. So they get more open threes, I think, when he touches it in that paint.
And credit Luka, who had a great night. He was hot from three early, 5 of 9, 27 points. He was a plus 27 overall. But when they were blitzed tonight or when they were doubled, I thought that ball moved early and often. Instead of holding it on and let things develop, they got that ball out, and that frees up Ayton as well.
I think he gets the message. I think Luka's, I think he's smart enough to understand that, look, you're the point guard. You have that ball in your hands a long time. You can't hold on to it when you have guys like Rui, Ayton, Jake. You have Jake's, he's coming alive.
He was good tonight, 6 for 10.
His defense was amazing. His offense is awesome, but his defense, his size and his will, he's tough. So, I mean, this team has the makings of being competitive with anybody in the NBA, but unless they materialize it the way they did tonight, play like they did tonight, get everybody involved, that's the system, I think, in the formula was what I saw tonight.
Yeah, exactly. You look at what talking about LaRavia, he was 6 for 10 tonight, and a lot of the shots he got was just wide open shots from the ball moving. And you think about how the ball moved. It wasn't like, okay, I'm catching with 2 to 3 seconds left on the shot clock, I got to get up. Sometimes you catch with 6 seconds on the shot clock. You can go into your rhythm, you can think about it, you don't have to rush it. And a lot of these shots they made tonight were not rushed because they moved, they made the defense move. And you might look and say, well, Atlanta is not a good team, but Atlanta is one of the top defensive teams in the league. If you look at
one of the best fast break teams in the league, they turn you over the most.
Yeah, and you think about Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels is an all defensive type player, and you got Alexander Walker over there too. He's a great defender, and so this was to me was a great show of what the Lakers can do if they move the ball and don't rely on one person to do this. The second, it's team effort. This is why it's called a team. You move the ball, get everyone involved.
Yeah, Luka was fantastic tonight. You see the 27 points. The block from behind, also took a charge. And James, this is what he is so good at right there. Navigating, knowing the situation, getting in the lane, feeling that contact, bucket.
To me, the beauty of Luka's game with this team is that a great point guard, all of them, Stockton's, Magic, Isaiah's, they all knew how to get people involved. If he can concentrate on that, making sure that the first quarter, second, guy, he can always get his. Yeah. He can always ISO when we need buckets and you're a little cold and, maybe somebody's in foul trouble. He can always ISO and get to the line. He and Austin.
I actually liked his line big game. I'm glad you brought that up in the first quarter. He had 9 points, hit 2 threes, but also had 3 assists. And then he goes off in the second quarter, scores 14 more, and he's already up to 23. And then the rest of the way, he's working on assists. But let's call it what it is also. You see the 10 assists from LeBron. You see the 12 from Luka. Marcus Smart also added 4 in the 36 assists. Guys were hitting shots tonight, Rob.
Yeah.
And when you hit shots, it's a lot more fun out there.
It's a lot.
And your defense picks up.
Yeah, it's much easier to get assists if the guy makes a shot.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's part of the equation, isn't it?
It's not a John Stockton shot assist where you take 3 dribbles and lay it up and assist, but these were true assists tonight where guys was penetrating and kicking, and guys were knocking down jump shots. Yeah. And the thing about that is, like I said it earlier, it was about when you catch the ball. Do you have to think how much time on the shot clock? Do I got enough time to go into my rhythm and not rush? And that's the biggest key. Great point guards find guys in the moment, not at the last second. There's only a few guys who can just do that at the last second because, you're quick shooters. There's not a quick shooter on this team.
Yeah.
And you think about it, most guys have to catch, gather, and shoot it. It's not like, boom, you know, and it's hard to be a quick shooter. That takes a lot of talent. And when you're able to get these guys, I think my favorite play of the night was when Gabe Vincent came off that curl and top of the key.
Squared the shoulders,
for the
bang.
three. And they ran a play for someone other than the big three.
Yeah.
And for me, that shows a sign of like, okay, I got to get more people involved, because if we get everybody involved, that just doesn't make it easier for Luka, LeBron. It makes it easier for everybody, because now the defense has to guard everybody, not just one person.
Time to hear from Coach J.J. Redick, brought to you by your Toyota.